Welcome to Lacekickz.
Welcome to Dr. Lacekickz podcast. Enjoy the show and thank you for the support.
What's up, guys? This is Dr. Lacekickz, and welcome to the Lacekickz podcast. I'm with my two brothers here, with Daniel and Luca. Now, do you guys wanna introduce yourself?
Yeah, sweet as. I'm Daniel, known as Sneakernewaus on Insta. Yeah, not much more to know about me. If you follow me on Insta, you sort of know my life because it gets put up nearly every single day. So yeah, thank you for having me on.
Thank you for
Yeah,
coming.
I'm Luca. I don't know if my camera is set properly,
No,
but
it's
my
working.
stand's a bit
G.
funny. It is.
Yeah.
I see. I'm on IG as Lacekickz _08 or 08, whatever you like. But yeah, thanks for having me on, bro.
Oh, it's about time to have you both guys on. So, I was gonna ask. Let's go with Daniel first. Daniel, I wanted to know what got you started with the sneaker passion, with the sneaker habits, collecting habits.
Yeah, so growing up in the 80s and early 90s, man, we were heavily influenced by basketball culture. By the rap scene in the states. That sort of stuff filtered over here into Australia, and playing ball and whatnot. You saw the kamikazes and all that on the court, and this is before you sort of like Jordans were around. They were a big thing, but they weren't really obtainable where I was from.
Yes.
So you saw your kamikazes and your Reebok pumps and that, and it was just the want to have those black and white kamikazes on your feet, man. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, for me it's kind of like Daniel, but I grew up in New Zealand with I had like cousins that were into sneakers, but it wasn't your kamikazes. They were more like the Jordans, and then you got your Air Forces and your Air Max 90s. Yeah, 95s. Chucks. Yeah, Chucks was in back then. You got your Adidas Superstars. If you're a b-boy. So yeah, just being young and growing up and seeing my cousins and the way they dressed and what they wore, that was like a major influence on me growing up. Yeah, basically.
I gotta tell you guys, my first sneaker was a Jordan 7 pairs, and man, I beat the hell out of it. You know what I mean?
That's a good pair to have, man.
Yeah, to have. It's one of those things that I can say that it's probably the most sneaker that I have the memories, because it started from Space Jam movie to started listening to Coolio, and yeah, everything just started from there, from my teenager style. So yeah, and 96 is the year I was, I moved over here in Sydney from Philippines originally.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice, man.
Oh, cool. Yeah, my first pair was a hand-me-down Jordan 6 infrared, and it was probably 2 sizes up, but being young, you'll wear like a
double socks.
Socks underneath just to wear it out. Yeah.
Bro, my first pair, like if we're talking about first pairs, like we're going back to like the British Knights and shit like that, like the Reefs and going way back. But like my first pair that I brought myself, it was actually a pair of that I actually thoroughly liked. First pair I brought myself was a pair of Andrew Gay's basketball shoes. And I love those things, man. Like they were the guts. I loved them. They were so trash though, and they were just like they were horribly made. But I brought them with my own money that I worked hard for, and they were so cool.
And I don't even know what they look like, mate.
To look back those days,
they sort of look like N1s.
Yes. Yes. But then I think at the N1's the one that copied those style, I think.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
To look back those days, man, you kind of think, man, back those days, I wanted to get so much, you know what I mean? Like when you can actually get them at the store, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These days, there's nothing that you can get that, you know, that's for us. You know what I mean? Being a collector, even the mids, you can't hardly get them anymore.
Yeah.
As for
Everything's obtainable if you've got the right dollar, man, and that's the downside.
yeah, that's the downside of us. You know what I mean? As of being a
Yeah,
collector,
if you got money, yeah.
if you get the money and you're willing to spend it, you know what I mean? After all, like, you know, for me, I'll never go past to pay more than 600 on the shoe. That's way too much already. You know what I mean? But you know, if you can get it for retail, why not?
Yeah. Well, one of my goals this year was to not pay retail for a shoe, and safe to say I failed twice. I had to pay a resale, but you know the saying, yeah, like if you really want it, obviously you'll make a way to get it. Like,
yes,
there's really no point in bashing the resellers these days. You know what I mean? Like, you're beating a dead horse. You can talk about them as much as you want, but it's the culture now, eh? Like, it's the game these days. Like,
bro.
if you miss out, you miss out. Then and if you really want it, then you're gonna have to maybe sell a few pairs or just bite the bullet and spend. So
yeah.
I gotta ask you guys. Like, I know our sidekicks does have his little community he started with, right? I think what would be good for a community like us, you know, like we're a community, right? What would be a good idea to help out each other on the side?
I don't know, like I know Daniel's got a podcast called Soul Kitchen where like a few of the boys talk about recent drops, and they talk about how you can purchase
I think I've seen
certain
that before.
reseller platforms. Yeah. And like this, there's just a bunch of sneakerheads just helping out the community. You know what I mean? If you got time, you can always tune in, like the boys meanwhile. And then on we both are part of sneakerhead pages like Sneakerhead Australia, and I'm part of a group called the PSA. Yeah, so it's just communities of boys that just join together. We're not in, like, we don't really dog resellers. Like, we've moved past that now, so we just help obtain pairs for each other, like these retail assists. And so we give away shoes to sneakerheads, obviously, but like, you can never be too careful, you know what I mean? Like, we're just talking about it before, like a few months ago, we gave away a retail assist only to find out later on that someone sold it, you know, on the resale market to make a profit. So it is what it is, Daniel?
I used to
it's hard, man. It's really hard. You've sort of got to sort of pick your battles on who you're going to retail assist to, but even then, like, they come across as genuine. They come across as genuine, man, and you don't know.
Yes, that's true. But with me, I think because few years back I did a $1 slot raffle, which is total of the retail price of the shoe, right? And I did that for at least 6 months on Lacekickz, and I kind of stopped it because I kind of look and go, wait a minute, because people are making money out of it, right? I think 3 or 4 times I've seen it. So I kind of paused it and think, hang on, I think there's a better way that we can do the giveaways and all that people will actually, you know, the one that supports you back, that actually deserves it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think to do that is to pin those people that's got that loyaltiness, you know what I mean, and to take out those people that, you know, that's did those things in the first place. Don't give them warning, just push them out, get them out of the circle straight up, you know. But for those guys that's listening now on this, make sure you guys check out their pages and their community. So I'm not here to actually, to say, oh yeah, I'm bigger than you. No, no, no. I actually want to get us all together and work things out together. You know what I mean? Be better for everyone to work with each other. Bigger community is better. You know what I mean?
How was it that you started though, bro? If I can ask, how did you get Lacekickz off the ground? So is there a team behind you, bro? Like what, a 5-man team or 4-man team or?
No, I do have a team, but they're the one that I come to when I need idea and things like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm more of the person that's the one that's speaking, the one that's doing a lot of things, but they are part of my team because at the end of the day, they do help me with things. So I can't.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's it.
Even you guys, I count you guys as a team. You know what I mean? Because I'm getting things, knowing you guys, getting ideas. So we're all sharing ideas, and that's a teamwork. You know what I mean? There's no such a thing for me as a leader. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just someone that's open ideas. I'm no better than anyone. I mean, like, we're all the same. We just gotta open up and be out there, because everyone's got the skills.
Yeah. For like a question for the bro Daniel, when you guys do your podcast, is there a lot of research that goes into it, bro? Like behind the scenes, the drops and the silhouettes.
So we do our podcasts every Friday night, right? And about Friday at lunchtime, we throw a chat up in the group. What the fuck is the topic for tonight? what the hell? What the hell are the new upcoming shoes? And it's literally done within a 3-hour period, right? It makes it hard. And every Tuesday night I go live on IG through Soul Kitchen.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And we get a big following through that. Like, we get people asking us, like, bro, you going live tonight? I can't wait to watch. Like, it's really cool. It's
keep going.
Nights.
Yeah.
Well, we're about to film our season finale this year, and we're going to come back after the New Year. So we just have a little bit of a break, but I think we've done. I think we'll do nearly 20 episodes so far this season. So talking about sneakers every week and still manage to bring in, new upcomings and stuff. It just shows how much we're bombarded with every single brand to keep bringing out new stuff every week to talk about.
Well, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that you can talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I was gonna say with Daniel's group is what I call actual sneakerheads. Because even though me and you, or I don't know if you we collect shoes, you know what I mean. But my definition of a sneakerhead is someone that's across the board. You know what I mean? That buys Saucony's, New Balances, no drops, Dunks, or whatever.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
You can collect Vans for start. You can you can. It's only the passion that actually counts. It doesn't matter about the brand.
But if you were to ask me about different kind of sneakers, man, I'll have no idea, right? I'll have to do my research.
You don't need, bro. You don't need to.
I was the exact same, man. I was the exact same. Like 6 months ago, I was that 6 months ago, right? I was that bloke on Soul Kitchen that would bring up a Saucony, and I'd be like, I haven't got an answer for it. It's just trash. I would not get it. You would not see a Saucony in my collection. You will not see a New Balance in my collection unless I'm using it to mow the lawn. You will not see a Sahela Bembry Croc in my collection. Bro, I've got New Balances now. I've got Asics. I've got Sauconys. I've got Sahela Bembry Croc.
We all went to that.
We're branching out.
But it wasn't the fact that I wanted. It wasn't the fact that I wanted to do it. Nike brand pushed me in that direction with their quality control. Their quality control this year has been absolutely fucking woeful. Right now, you look at brands like Saucony and Asics, right? The Gel-Lyte 3s, your Sneaker Politics Always Ready, your Alley Cats, your Wisterias, like just the collabs that they've done. The Backyard Legend 2002R from New Balance, like those materials on those shoes are absolute fire.
And it's crazy
The
because
quality-
they're doing collabs with Aussie stores, Daniel? Isn't
100%,
it
man,
E&D or-
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
up their store.
there's a lot of them. There's a
Up
lot of
there,
them lined
yeah.
up.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
up their store, Above the Clouds have done a collab as well. Even like stores, well, obviously it's not in Australia, but over in England, End, like we all know what End Clothing is.
Yeah.
They did a collaboration with Saucony. They did the fried chickens, man, and they're like, we're about to bring out on our podcast this week our top 10 sneakers of the year. That's in my top 5, and I'm a Jordan head.
Hey.
I've got two Asics and a Saucony. I've got two Asics and a Saucony in my top 5.
Oh, what a change! You're a
So,
change guy, Daniel.
Yeah. But like, that's just the whole point. That's what I'm saying. It's like, because Nike and Jordan brand this year, their quality control has been way off. It really has.
Yeah.
Like, you look at those Thunder 4s and how crap they were. You knew your pair was legitimate by the quality control and how shit it was. If your pair had glue stains all over it, it's a legit pair. And that's a horrible thing, man.
I was talking about this on another episode. That is something that we can't control with the quality system, right? And again, that's something that you have to be ready, and you have to be, saying that, I spend that much money, don't complain, be ready for it, you know what I mean? Because it's been like that for years anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they've been hit and miss. Like you look at Nike brand in that the 2012, 13, 14 period, right? When they brought out the OG Air Max 90 infrareds, right? The material on those were absolute fire. They were so good. Then you then fast forward into like 2016, 2017, 2018 with Jordan brand, and you had your black toes and your obsidians and stuff like that. That would and your shadow backboards and like the materials on those shoes were just absolute fire. And then you've got last year and this year, it's really going downhill with it.
It's a cheaper material.
And it's cheaper. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to mass produce and get them out the door as quickly as possible. As quickly as possible. It's going to drive people to these other brands.
My worst pair I bought this year was a Jordan 7 Citrus. That was bad. That was ugly. I don't know if you guys seen pairs. It was. I
didn't even pick them up, man. I didn't even pick them up. I've seen them in store, and it's really sad for basically an OG colorway.
Basically, yeah.
Dude, I tell you what. Sorry for getting up, but they're the best pair of shoes.
Trophy room.
This year. Trophy room 7s, man.
They're gangster.
They are absolute fire.
You haven't broken them out.
Nah, man. Nah, not yet. I haven't even worn the trophy room ones yet. They're still sitting up there. They did that right. They did that right. And it's just a shame that trophy room got the bad publicity that they got last year, at the start of the year with the ones. Because that's why people didn't want to mess with the 7s.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, I think that's because that's why they did that with the worldwide release on the 7, so then he doesn't get that bad for the first one release. You know what I mean? But what is your suggestion with him redoing that with the Legacy? Half bad or good?
Well, if he does it right, it's good. If he does, because everything he does, and every concept he put behind the shoe, like the freeze out with the Jordan 1 trophy room, that had a full story behind it. It's great.
Yes.
The trophy room 7s has a full story behind it. I haven't got the 5s yet, so I'm not entirely sure the story behind that. But like everything that he's put out that I've got, from the 1s to the 7s, there's a story, a proper story, not just like the Jordan 1.
Just not that override.
Michael Jordan wore this on the David Letterman. He wore this tracksuit. Like, that's a story, I suppose you could say. Or Michael Jordan stepped on bubble gum in this game. That's why there's a bubble gum on the bottom of the shoe. Like, that's not a story. Saying like 2 teams played in a closed gym and it was the best game that no one ever seen. That's the story. So yeah,
that's a good one.
If they keep doing that and keep going in that line, Trophy Room will succeed, and they will keep bringing out 5 pairs, and they'll keep bringing out pairs that people will want to buy. If they deviate from that and just start giving us bullshit stories, like Michael Jordan once scratched his balls and it came out brown, so that's why this shoe's brown.
And it's tongue brown.
Fuck, man.
And it's not brown, eh? It's like blue.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I think for me, I would like to see the Slam Dunk get returned, the 6.
Yep. I think next year they're going to bring back the Olympic 7s. I'm pretty sure they're coming back next year, and that's a pair that, like, I've got the Olympic 6s, and they don't hold a candle. They don't hold a candle to the Olympic 7s, man. Like the OG 7s are just amazing. And once again, there's a story behind that because you wore them in the Olympic Games.
Yeah.
So, and that's a decent story. But yeah, like some of the OG stuff, like the proper OG stuff, like what did we have? The Flip 13s come back last year. And they're an amazing pair. But apart from real genuine enthusiasts, who really fucks with 13s?
That's true.
Right, and it's sad because people are going for one silhouette at the moment, and that's the
because they're higher value, I think. But that's probably why. It's the wave.
You look at the taxis that released this year, the taxi ones, yellow toes. Right? They were supposed to release 2 years ago, 2019. Sorry, what's that? 3 years ago now, 2019. The hype that was behind them then would have been absolute. They were absolutely phenomenal. They were going to go crazy. They would have outdone Shattered Backboards. You can pick them up now for under retail.
Crazy, eh?
Right, and it's just funny how hype moves, and it just goes in waves. Like the peak of the pandemic when the Last Dance came out. Yeah, could you pick up a Jordan 1?
No,
anywhere for retail?
Not even a mid. Not even a mid.
Not even a stinking low. That's crap quality. You can now walk into any Foot Locker. You can walk into any Foot Locker on any given week, and there's probably a Brotherhood sitting on the shelves, or there's a Blue Mantra sitting on the shelves. You wouldn't have seen that 2 years ago. No. I've never seen I still haven't seen a 4 sitting on the shelf.
Since the Black Cat, that was the last 4. And when was that? 3 years ago?
3 years ago.
3 years ago, yeah.
And you look at that, that release, no one wanted it.
Yeah. That's it.
Crazy.
How much is that now? Eh?
It's probably about $700 because I saw someone on the marketplace. But yeah, 3 or 4 years ago, you were walking a Foot Locker and there was a Jordan 3 Katrina, Hall of Fame, and then there was UNC and then Black Cats. They all sat.
Now you'll have a look how much a pair of Katrinas are worth.
Oh yeah, crazy.
They're worth more than the Fire Red 3s that just dropped. And that's an OG colorway. There's another one, right? That's another one.
Yeah.
You could probably still walk into a Foot Locker or a Nike and find Fire Red 3s. Man, I was so pumped to get the Fire Red 3s this year. Like crazy. Like little Timmies with their mum's credit card, they don't see the
light. And it's surprising because being in Australia, we don't get that much stock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, man. No.
And it's unbelievable to see.
I'm lucky. I've got some good connections over in the States.
Nice,
I didn't get the Hyper Royal ones. I also missed out on the J Belvin 2s this year. And one of my good mates over in the States, Candyman Kicks, he's a shoe customizer. So look him up, man. Like he gets Louis Vuitton bags and puts them on Air Force One lows. And dude, some of the stuff he does is absolutely phenomenal. He did this one a couple of weeks ago. It was with green and blue Bape leather, so it had all the Bape camo on it.
Wow.
And he cut the panels out of the side panel of these white Air Force Ones and stitched in the bait leather, and they look amazing. But anyway, sorry, just got off target.
No, that's all right, because I know a few people that does that, the
customized kicks,
customized kicks, because I met the shoe surgeon back years ago, and that's this before when he blows up, and and pretty much we've been talking since then, and then I had a friend, Johnny Kicks, which is I didn't know he was one of the surgeon's student back in the years, and for them, when I was seeing them, I was really interesting how they do the customizing kicks and all that, and it's gotta be a hard job, you know what I mean? There's a lot of time and effort on it.
A lot of steady hands. But
talent.
see, I only linked up with him through a mutual friend, Unbreakable Kicks. I was on one of Unbreakable's lives doing a sneaker battle one day, and he's an admin on it, and he's like, "Oh, dude, tell me what your Instagram is," and we got talking from then, and he's the kind of person, he says to me, "Oh, have you got this?" I'm like, "Nah, man, I missed out on that." He goes, "Oh, I need this. Australia's got it. Grab that for me. Send it over, and I'll send you this for nothing." Right?
No, that's
so
cool.
Between me and him, we don't pay for things that we need. We buy it and send it over to him. He didn't get the PSG 5 lows, and he loves lows. So I hit PSG 5 lows, sent them over to him, and he sent me the J Belvin 2s and the Hyper Royal 1s, and man, it's just that, and that's the whole thing with what you were trying to talk about before, with bringing everyone together. It's creating connections. It's creating connections, whether it be here, whether it be the States, whether it be the Philippines, wherever it is, wherever you can create connections, man. And you'll find that don't be just a taker. Don't be just a taker. Don't be one of them. But you'll find that you'll get things that you never thought you'd lay your hands on, because you'll have people willing to help you if you're willing to help them.
Exactly.
So true. That's it. That's it.
I've learned a lot on my journey, and it's one of those things that I think it was time for me to actually move where I can connect with a lot of people with the same passion. That's what I'm doing now, because I'm friends with the sneaker convention as well. The one, I think Unbreakable Kicks is gonna be the guest on the next event. So just nice. Yeah. And I had him on live IG when he had Unbreakable Kicks as a guest last time, and on his I think it was last year event. But so it's small world, you know what I mean?
It is.
But it's the world that we're in too, so we're all connected.
That's it. Like you were just saying before, how no one rocks 13s, and I missed out on the Soulfly 13s. You know what I mean? But then when I
went for them too.
Yeah.
Did they just get
I jumped online?
Lately,
Yeah. It's only about the resale value is only $400. Like there's no hype even on that, but people still buy it to make some money off it.
I think there's a Jordan 1 next year for the Soulfly.
Yeah.
Boys,
I'll ask you a question, right? So obviously you've got Luke, I can see your collection behind you, man. Fire. I love the way you got it set up, man. Absolutely love it. Right? What's your end goal with collecting? Like, what do you see happening with your collection down the track?
Well, to wear all my pairs, like I wanna go through and just wear them out until not obviously beat them, because there's us sneakerheads, when people say just wear your shoes, is what it's what they're there for, right? But you're not gonna wear some fours to mow the lawn if they cost that much, but there's a reason for everything, you know what I mean? So down the track, for my my shoes, I just want to be able to wear them all. Like just go to weddings, parties, functions, or whatever it is. Like I just don't like to collect them all. But with our lifestyle, I mean, we will keep buying, but we hardly do go up because I see Daniel works hard. Like 7 days. There's fencing company, and like me too. So we're basically working, and we don't have time to just slip in our kicks and wear it as much as we want.
The last thing we want to do is kick off work boots and put on a pair of J1s, man. We want to put on a pair of slides or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think
for that, I would like to wear them more.
Yeah.
So one day, but because I would say, oh man, I want to pass them down to generation, but I'm not blessed with kids of my own. You know what I mean? So I can't pass them down. But I would like just to be able to wear them all one day.
Well, I think with collecting, right? Like for me, there's a point where you can have a break because it's not gonna go. You know what I mean? If you don't like the release, I mean, you don't have to keep getting the release all the time. You can skip. You know what I mean? But I think for some of us, we have that addiction, like gambling, like drinking, drugs, that we have to get it. You know what I mean? I came to that point in like one of those times where I had to keep buying, and then I kind of realized, wait, I can't wear all this in a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially now, the release is really every week. Back then it was only once a month or twice a month. You know what I mean?
I think it's that FOMO, man. It's like it's the fear of missing out. Like for me, the Jordan 6 silhouette is my favorite silhouette. And then like on the weekend coming, the Foot Locker's got Jordan 6 Chrome. Even though it's probably like a brick to most, but because it's my favorite silhouette, I'm like, oh man.
Have you got the DMP 6s?
Yeah,
the DMPs.
Yeah,
dude, don't even waste your money on the Chromes. Honestly,
that's what I mean. You know what I mean? Like now we're older now,
They need to release that 11. They need to release that 11.
Yeah. Well, I've seen the Chrome. I've seen the Chromes in hand, and they're just a DMP.
But what about you, Daniel? But what about you, bro? But what do you see with your collection in the future, bro?
So, like as was said before, like you can have a break and whatnot, and I've done that. Like I was collecting in the 2000s. I'll take you for a walk and show you something special in here. So I used to love. I don't know if you can see them. I used to love. No, the Bapesters.
Oh.
So they're early 2000s.
Yes.
Yep. I used to love
nice
the
toys
Bapes,
you
man,
got
like
there.
The Bapes. Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, no, he's got a mean setup.
I used to love the Bapes and whatnot back in the day. So they're from 2003, I think they are, those ones, and they're still wearable. Like the Hulk, they're the original. The green ones are the original Marvel Hulk. They're fairly, the patent leather's fairly gone on them, but to have something that I still had back then. But I stopped. I stopped collecting about 2009 when my young fella, when my firstborn was born. Because obviously all my money was going into keeping a baby alive. And I basically got rid of everything I owned, like those and a couple other pairs. And then I'd buy shoes just to wear shoes. Like I'd buy a pair of. I got into skate shoes not to collect, but just to wear, like Globes and Etnies and that. But
Etnies was a good brand.
Etnies was a good brand. Yeah. But now, like I buy pretty heavily, a lot, all the time. But my end game, my end game is like when I die, and this is going to get a little bit on the sad side. I'm not meant to, but like when I die, I don't want to leave just money to my family and my kids, or mainly my kids. Like as it sits at the moment, my collection's worth well over $100,000 on the resale market. but I want to leave that to my kids, that they can do whatever they want with it. They can sell them, they can wear them, they can draw over them, they can throw them to the dogs. They can do whatever they want with them, but then it's up to them. It's also like to the point that me and my wife, we want to like build a house and stuff shortly. That's another thing. Like, I'm not a reseller, but if need be, I've got four savings behind me.
Nice. Yeah.
So down the track, as I said, the big end picture would be lovely to pass. To be financially secure, or I wouldn't have to move any shoes on, and pass everything down to my kids and whatnot. But the Bank of Jordan sitting right behind me if need be.
That's nice. That is a emergency.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. And after all, like people can't judge you for that, because you're the one that bought that. You know what I mean? It's your own. I mean, if people gonna call you resale just because you said that, no, they have no rights, because again, that's
I've
your
never
own.
resold a pair of shoes. I've never resold a pair of shoes in my life. All the pairs that I've had, I've given to people, or if I had to get money out of them, they were going for retail. I've never sold a pair of shoes for over retail.
When it comes to reselling, there's a lot of picture on it. I mean, there's people that needs it on the side. There's people that's just money hungry, that don't have a shop and just do it. You know what I mean? If you get your own shop, then we'll do it proper way. Build a shop, you know what I mean, and do it the right way. But listen, guys. I know our brother's gotta go to work soon, but I think we should do a part 2 later this week. I mean, when the Soul Kitchen, when after your podcast and everything, maybe we could have another session.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
And then maybe I could come into yours too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nice.
For sure,
Would be nice.
For sure. 100%.
Like a question for Daniel. Daniel, if there was a pair this year that you would suggest for someone to buy, someone like me that's just Jordans, if we're talking about New Balance and Saucony's, well, what's a pair that you suggest? Maybe me and Doctor here will probably have a look into it.
All right. As in another brand?
Yeah. Like,
give me
you were talking
one
about
second.
ASIC. Yeah.
Forget about.
Give me 1 second.
Under a minute.
So bro, we're talking about that. Is there a pair that you have? Oh, what's that? ASIC.
This is the Sneaker Politics Gel Light 3. This is, up until I got the trophy room, the Lost and Founds, this was my sneaker of the year. The material on this, the story behind this, and this actually has a story, because this is the supporting the American troops with Sneaker Politics. Like, the all-round construction of this sneaker, man, absolute fire.
How much is that?
I gotta tell you, Daniel, I'm actually close friend with Derek.
Yeah, no, sweet, man.
Thank you all for listening, and stay tuned for the next episode.
Welcome to Lacekickz.